of. And some of the people we uninvited were pushing boundaries that weren't acceptable. And it also started
Okay.
a slowdown.
We are live to YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram.
And then maybe if I hadn't told people we're closing, it would probably be it'll be busy this summer, I think. But I think people are bracing for the shift.
Yeah. Brace
Last
for
week was
impact.
crazy good. And then this week's quite quiet.
It was 2 weeks that was crazy here.
Like 2 good weeks?
Yeah.
Last month we paid $1,900 in rent.
Yeah. That was crazy in a different way.
Yeah. Are we live?
Yeah, we're
You
live.
did that thing?
YouTube,
We gotta
Facebook,
do the sharing.
and Instagram. Now we got
This is where sharing is life or death.
Love sharing.
The other feed is not life or death anymore because we turned the sound off.
But we have to share.
Yes. It's alright. Yeah. Ah. Yeah, on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So you can share these on any of those.
I wish I could share the live feed to my story. Why isn't that a feature? That's so dumb. Instead, I have to
Oh.
Mic on?
Auction. Okay. Yeah, mic's good, yeah.
I took the 7 o'clock off. Was it back on?
No, I just
Oh.
put the auction part on. Is that okay?
Yeah, no, that's good.
It's all good. It's good.
Oh, it is good to do. Yes.
I like your breathy
It's
voice.
a great remix. Beginning of one.
Rumble House. Moist breathers.
ASMR.
Moist breathing.
Log in for me breathing if you don't want to buy art. Just kidding. Look, this is what we
Is
printed
there anybody
yesterday.
with us yet?
Me.
That is so nice.
Live. Oh, 12 shares.
Yay! That's
Wow.
fast.
WTF?
So we're here. We got people online. We got people sharing from YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. We are going to start our auction. Auction number 569. Yay! So we are here.
Sorry, I was just putting my hand up to see if that was the live feed.
Sorry, coming something wrong with
Definitely.
Remember when I used to try to make you change your hat or something so we could tell which was the
Yeah,
live feed?
quick, put a new shirt on. Hat. Wear a mask.
Oh.
My owl mask is at home.
Can you double
What
check
kind of
that?
mask?
Owl.
Owl.
Oh, my stomach just made an owl sound at the same time.
Your stomach makes good sounds.
It really did that.
As far as
I'm
like
not even joking.
stomach sounds, Jess's stomach is particularly melodic.
It's really diverse too. Just
Yeah.
Lots of different things.
At nighttime, it speaks.
Feed me, Zemo.
You better put your clothes away in the morning. You can start folding your own socks.
What socks to you?
Oh, is that the grad piece?
Yes.
Okay.
So this is by Brenda.
Did you by any chance, because he loves the glass so much, did you happen to send that to Scott?
No, and I didn't do the few
In
things
fairness,
that I wanted
you
to.
should do that because Scott really loves those pieces.
Okay. Well, I'm going to in a second. I'll show people and I'll open it up. So Brenda has been selling her pieces, glass pieces of different styles for the last little bit. And this is called Love Me Not. And it's a series of Love Me Nots. Are you okay, Neil?
Somebody just walked up to my powder and threw it in the sink, I guess.
Oh.
Powder?
Yeah, I have an apple.
Can I tell you that I was like, oh,
Hello.
someone left this here, and I threw it out, and I was like, no, I'm And then I was like, oh my God, I didn't even ask the people that were here if they was theirs. So
That's all right. I guess I'm having purple.
was it the last one of that kind?
Yeah, that's okay.
Neil, I'm
not a
sorry.
baby boy.
I know, but I'm sorry. I'm so used to just stalking around and be like, they left this. They left this. And then so like that was my junior high teacher mode of like doing a quick tidy before the auction, and I deeply apologize.
Well, thanks, Mom.
Totally owned that one. Okay. So Jessica's a jerk, and this is by Brenda. So it's called Love Me Not, and it's a bunch of Love Me Nots, and the petals are being pulled off, and they're down at the bottom of the vase. Opening for this is Brenda's grad piece when she was at art school, and the opening for this one is $140. I'm really sorry, Neil. I'm really sorry, Neil. So sorry. I was like, I threw it out, and I was like, immediately like, oh. Should have asked people before you do that. And that's why it's hard for me to make friends.
Expectations are disappointment waiting to happen, and that's why I don't have any.
That's very in control of you. I can't be that in control.
Maybe it's just words I say to them.
Actually, that helps too. Even just saying things out loud helps. Is true. So that first piece by Brenda is opening at $140. It is her grad piece when she was going through glass. And so we have this open for the evening, and I will let Scott know. And also, I was trying to find Gladys on Rich's phone, because Gladys often loves the trains. So we tried to let people know when there's things that people are collecting. This is by Echo, and it's opening at $10. It's a cute little model train, and yeah, so cute. I know, that was so sweet.
And he would keep the documentation of it in like 300 BC.
I love
So
it.
this man could
How much
just
is it?
unmarry.
Hi, $10.
Oh,
to
geez,
Chris.
$10.
$10 to bed.
Yeah, train man. For
Hi.
ships.
Would you like to come and have a seat, or are you?
I'm just,
You're often on the
flying,
move, so.
out. But I don't know if you want this. I made it recently.
Oh,
It
wow.
has explanation on the back. If you-
Would you like to talk to the people on the live feed right now, or would
Oh.
you like to?
Oh,
There's a
gosh.
camera here.
Okay.
No pressure.
Right on. Fine.
Only if you want to. Otherwise, I can read it for
Do
you.
you want to read it now?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can use my real name.
Wow.
Yes.
If not, it's
Is
good.
that
Yeah, that's good.
lovely? Yes, I will
Yeah.
read it for you.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Okay, we're on live feed.
Yeah. Yeah. Camera's here, so you're not like
Nice.
you're all good. But yeah, thank you very much. That is wonderful. I love when you swing in and drop off lovely pieces.
We'll hope for the best.
That is really cool. Okay. Piece hot off the presses, just brought in. Have a good
Wow.
evening. It was nice seeing you. See you. So this is a
Okay.
mixed media piece. I'm going to read. So this is by Shannon. I'm going to try to show this and give it its just loveliness in the live feed camera. Artist statement. The two pieces. Oh, and this is from a show. This is called Grassland Rose, Maps, Felt, and Beads on Ceramic Plate. And is that your opening bid on the back too, just to make sure?
Oh, that's like it's however much. That's the
From the show.
from the show.
Okay, so this was in a show, and this is actually a really good thing to discuss too, because when pieces are in shows, they have it's like kind of a different pricing range than when we're in the live auction realm, and it is sometimes good to talk about though, because then people understand like the value of a piece too. That's something we've been talking about a lot over the past 12 years. The idea of the value of work and how different contexts change things, and then also like in a live auction situation when there's people online, there's 15 people logged in here and there might be more, so that's lovely. Then we're looking at, we do the opening bid, so it's not necessarily the top bid. So there's lots of different things to consider when thinking about the live auction as well. But this piece was $200 in the show, and I'll read the I will read the artist statement. And there was 2 pieces in this collection. The 2 pieces in this show relate to the land we call Treaty 7, from a large-scale view to a small-scale view. Grassland Rose highlights the intersection of colonial culture with indigenous culture, the use of a vintage china dinner plate, and the stark size difference between settler-occupied lands and indigenous reserves on the maps are functional and restricting reminders of the widespread of colonial influence. The beads and the colors of red, white, yellow, and black pay respect to the traditional medicine wheel colors of this area, affixed to felt in the outer shape of a lace doily. Culture and healing pushed to the margins. All elements are put together on a base of paper made with grass, reminding us everything has a base in the land itself. Wow, that's really powerful. So if I guess people could listen and kind of throw in bids, but I was thinking at least $50 opening for, is that fair, Shannon? Okay. At least $50 opening bid for this piece by Shannon. The idea of, so many ideas of colonial history in this space, the maps, the idea of indigenous culture and how we fit together in the grasses. It's a very powerful piece. And it's something familiar because we, like, I guess, and from depending on what culture you're from, my grandma always had the plates on her wall.
I'm just gonna hold it for you.
So
for
that's a
minute.
familiar thing for me, but it might be a different thing for different people growing up in different cultures. So the idea of those like plates, those decorative plates hanging on walls.
Did you have the forks?
Or spoons. My grandma had
Spoons.
spoons.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I know nothing about the forks or the spoons or the plates, but I can tell you about the Tupperware stuff. Don't get me started on what were they called? Nutribars from, because we did Tupperware and my dad did
Oh no,
Amway.
we sold NutriBars. So for people at home, the phone number is on the screen.
That's 403-629-7424.
And do you have your phone?
Do I?
Oh, it's in my pocket.
No, it isn't. It's
Oh.
in my pocket. I don't know why I did it in
Take
that
care,
voice.
We'll talk to you soon.
Dusty.
Bye.
Oh, yes, I had forgotten about that too. I'll send it down. Kelly, thanks. I will pay $20 tonight. Oh, these are
That's
old
from last-
messages.
No, they're new messages. They're just from
Are they?
last week's stuff.
Okay. Look at the ring on. Can you tell me about this beautiful shirt that you're wearing?
Oh yeah, I'd love to talk about this beautiful shirt that I'm wearing.
Okay.
Can you move this now?
Yeah, watch.
No, Rich! Holy frickle frack!
You mean move it out of the
Oh
way.
my god,
You gotta be
everything!
specific. What? Nothing broke. Did something break?
No, it's fine. I'm gonna move this away.
This is my second last print of this shirt, I think. And I was gonna call it my last, only I did on our dumpster a print of it. And on the dumpster,
Not the outside dumpster. The one I was like, did you hit the dumpster?
all the sizes. Okay, so this is what we did with this particular run. Normally we have lots of colors and lots of variations of colors. These are all dark blue, medium blue, which is metallic, and light blue on the seafoam green. And we got a size
Double
extra
X,
small to double X. We got all this, one of each size.
except for medium.
I like the color.
I know it's so beautiful.
What size would you think you'd want?
Georgia
I
got
don't
medium.
I don't think a medium would fit me.
Okay,
So
perfect.
large, probably.
Large is over there, I think, because this is XL
Large.
and double X.
Sometimes, where is it from? It depends.
These are Joe Fresh.
I'm
That's from Superstore.
a skinny boy now.
Large. You can try it on.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be.
It's nice and soft.
Can I wear it out? Can
Yeah.
I just, how much?
Oh, yeah,
Well,
what do you do?
okay, so
Are
here's
you
how
washing them?
they take up so much space. Like it just takes up too much, territory
Mhm.
for the rest of the auction. What we did last week is we just offered people to buy them, And the going rate, somebody said 45 at first, then most of the people paid 50.
Okay.
Those were for t-shirts. Now this is the second run. So what is in your heart for that piece? You kind of got to set the tone for the night.
Well, I mean, I was going to offer 40.
40 would be perfect. That's what we'll $40 for the colored shirts tonight. Neil's got the large. Jess has got the extra small. George has got the medium. That leaves a extra large, a double extra large, and a small. Thank you, Neil.
Thank you.
It also sets the tone where I don't have to decide what they're worth. Can I take a picture of you? Because that looks amazing.
Looks really good. The color is beautiful.
Neil?
So, oh, and I have to write down.
I'm going to sit because from the sitting position, you look like a king. Come closer. You look like a Gap commercial.
I am again. Thank you.
Yeah.
But
Are
I gotta
they-
suck my belly.
Are there weights in these
Toy trains.
yeah,
Let me see.
because
No, I got it.
the other one too, it sounds like there's something in there, and I feel like that would be a fun treat. I don't. Well, there's another one that Gladys bought. It's over there, and when I put it on the shelf, do you feel like is it weighted?
It does feel weighty. I don't know what they would.
Is it?
be.
Oh, see, it just shifted.
There's something in there. Ooh.
So I wonder if it would be like a special surprise.
Treasure.
Absolutely destroyed it. So now we know there is a
Opening
small
bid
boat
was
and-
$300.
Yeah, yeah.
There is a weight.
And it was glued down, but it's
But that's not because I told you to shake it.
well.
What am I doing?
I'm gonna be honest. I think she was loose to you, but I'm buying it anyway. So
It's bad.
yeah, exactly. It's mine now.
I am so sorry.
No, it's not really your fault. It would be really easy to fix, honestly.
It will be. That's some good soft shoe. That's it.
Killer.
Here, we can even leave it over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you guys, the people entertained. That
I
was
just-
so. Was it last week or the week before? That was so adorable when you guys took like 5 minutes away from the camera, and 3 people just like flocked to the camera. To be like, these are things that are here tonight. It's a lovely example of stuff. And
Baroque.
everybody's kind of like standing around doing that like autism on display thing. We're helping Rich and Jess. We're on camera. They helped. It
My
was
like
cute.
my soul twin is the
That's cute.
most autistic kid that I've ever taught, and he is. I've learned so much myself working with him. And we got a new VP, and I've worked with this VP years ago, and she meets my little friend, and she's like, "Do you like this school?" And he's like, "Most of the time, I don't like this school." "What do you like about this school?" "I only like Mr. Teru." "What do you like about Mr. Teru?" "He's just like me." Immediately she changed the subject, but I think she probably barely missed having a stroke from laughing on the inside.
Just gotta love it. These are both by Echo, the same artist who did the train from last week, or train this week. These are from last week. These are opening at $20. So this is one
$20?
canvas,
That's crazy.
and
In this economy.
this is another canvas.
I really like that a lot.
I know. Yeah, I really like it too.
I like the vertical one so
Yes.
much.
Yeah,
How much is that?
$20.
I'll buy it for $20. I'll buy that for $20.
Yeah. Oh, that's so nice.
Which movie is that from?
We'll buy that for $1.
I think. Okay, I think I got it from Happy Days. I think the phrase "I'll buy that for $1." I think that was a Ralph Mouth or a Potsy ism that was probably relating to I bet you, Groucho Marx. Was that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was a Groucho Marx ism, and I think Ralph Mouth, the comedian, was mimicking. We went to an event in Red Deer where we
good. I was gonna say.
where we
Painted
did a
live.
live painting event, and it was really sweet. Only I think the lady that set it up for us wasn't well.
She got sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if the rest of the people knew why we were supposed to be there. And it was also kind of like the fit was weird because everybody there was presenting. So it was kind of like we're kind of there as extra stars, and they were all a little busy. So we sat there painting. People came by. We had a nice interaction.
Yeah.
The pay was good. It was nice. We got up to Red Deer. Felix had a nice time. Near the end, they really hadn't kind of resolved the auction part, because usually what we do when we go off campus, we call it.
Yeah.
So we're on
To another campus. Yeah.
off campus, is we like to auction a piece off for a good deed. Only they just were kind of like right at the end, like, what are we gonna do with this? And we're like, we can carry these home. So we brought 4 paintings home, which is really nice.
6. We each did 2.
6 paintings home.
Yeah.
And this was my one of the speakers was talking about kids feeling bored and disengaged in the classroom. And this is not a painting of kids being bored and disengaged in the classroom. This is a painting of the little spark of life that's in each side of the kids when they look like they're not listening. And actually, you asked us earlier, like, how do we survive as teachers?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I survive as a teacher is I believe I'm particularly good at receiving that spark, that the kids don't
can
look like
see
they're
it,
engaged
yeah.
all day long. They don't seem like their lives are being changed. You feel on the outside this bone-crushing neglect and lack of progress. But I think my special gift is I can smell that. You know when lightning is coming? I think I know when the kids are able to have that touch of engagement, and I think that's enough for me to feed off of,
That's
like
really
a
sweet.
vampire.
I like that you put the quote on the blackboard. Absolutely anything you're doing at any given time, you're getting better at.
Yeah, and this does have a very subtle. I'm just going to hit these lights because there's a few things with blacklight I'd like to kind of explore. But it does have. I keep promising to stop doing blacklight paintings, but they haven't gotten easy yet, which is why I haven't given them up. At the risk of letting it become a gimmick.
Hey, how are you?
Hey.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
nice.
That's really cool.
So this is where that spark of imagination or that spark of creativity or that spark of learning is not necessarily visible to the eye. So this is one piece, and in a way I kind of feel like I was gifted this because we were both paid to do this day on Red Deer. We get to stand in. Come on in, you guys. Bring some chairs. Come join us. And
the auction? Oh yeah, you got a new ride. And then the next week it's
The other piece I did,
so it's like,
which
it's really nice to see you.
had more to do with the speakers, is while the speakers were talking, I was picking and pulling little bits of their conversations into
Let me know.
God, what the hell is this? It's a tree with a brain, tactile, visual, auditory, learners. That's a tongue and a jaw and a brain. I shouldn't have to explain what the images mean, but there's some eyeballs here and an ear and a hand and a magpie.
It was really cute because this one person walked by and they were talking, oh my gosh, the tree is like the nervous system. And it was really sweet because you could hear that they were.
What I found really interesting was the confidence they had in narrating my content,
Yeah.
right? Because a lot of people would have been all like asking, but she's
intimidated.
just straight up explaining
Yeah.
what I meant by the painting to her friend. And I thought it's really sweet because
Yeah.
something in that late, this sounds actually a little passive aggressive, but I don't mean it to be passive aggressive. I was really blessed with her openness and how there was no apology or question. She just started explaining what she saw. And I thought that was really bold. But also, I think one of the things, we were kind of doing some live art in front of other artists.
We were
on
in
their
the art
turf.
department of the Red Deer Polytechnic.
Yeah, so that's kind of where it felt a little bit inappropriate for us to go and auction things off for good deed. But I did these two paintings doing the blacklight part in my imagination. I wouldn't mind having a peek at it. So yeah, this is kind of like coming up through fire.
Yeah, that's cool.
And again, in this case, I really wanted to keep these parts to the black light. And I liked how it sort of feels like there's a bulb down here and here and here. And I don't claim to know about the chakras. Some people say chakras. Some people say chakras. In my experience, it was just a way that I described as a kid. When I say kid, I mean 20. I was trying to explain the difference between right here and my stomach. I had a sense of intuition.
Yeah.
I imagined it to be mustard yellow. I also sometimes imagined it to be orange. But right here, my tummy tum was where I felt love. And it was also where I felt defensiveness, right? So the reason I'm alive is I listen to my instincts. Now, if that was the case, if I felt instinct here, right here on my chest, I didn't have words or any way to explain it, but I really felt a greenness here, not red like you'd think, but green here on my heart. And that's where I would have a feeling of what other people were feeling. And the best I could explain the last part was up here. If my eyes were seeing sky blue, then up here was this kind of crazy purple where like sometimes stuff that I shouldn't know would just bounce into my head. And I was trying to remember the name for that purple color that started with the letter I. And this is early days of the internet. I was looking for Mood Indigo because it was like a jazz record that my mom had told me about when I was a kid. Typing the word, having a brain fart, trying to remember the word indigo, I stumbled across the 4,000-year-old image of the 7 chakras with 7 colors, and you could say 7 superpowers. And I had 4 out of the 7, yellow, green, blue, and indigo, with intuition, empathy, sight, and intuition. And these were just colors I was trying to explain how I negotiated my day, right? In some ways, it was like I was using this mustard yellow to survive, and some days I was using the green to survive. I didn't know that these things existed, but I kind of hit 4 out of 7 on my...
How much for the blue one, Mel?
The blue one,
Yeah.
$5. Opening bid, $5.
$5.
Who am I talking to?
Leanne.
Leanne, $5. Oh, and it's good. This would be actually, Leanne, I'll give you this if you take it to head office, because I think it really speaks to you.
Yeah.
It's not about kids being bored. It's not about the magic of learning. It's about the teacher being open to receive those little sparks of recognition.
Yeah.
When there's big sad faces obscuring the little sparks.
$10.
That's twice as much as I asked for. I hope the bids go up like that all night. Did Leanne know that we had these beautiful sweatshirts available? We have one of every size, and so far what we have left is a extra large, a small, a double XL. Georgia claimed the medium. Neil got the large, and you could probably tear this extra small off of Jesse.
Stop it.
Sorry, I got distracted.
So Eli was able to make it down. What would you like your opening bid to be?
Open.
Open bid. Open bid. I love the texture and I love the metallic. Actually, this is really powerful. This so there's a new girl in the grade 1-2 class that I teach, and she doesn't speak any English, but she draws religiously with me whenever I go in there to draw. And we're doing the 7 sacred teachings. Through like every class we do one, and we were learning about the eagle and love this one class, and we were drawing the eagle, and she drew the eagle, and she drew hearts all the way around the eagle, and it went from a series of like broken heart and a little less whole heart, and then it went more broken, and then by the other side it was completely wrapped in bandages, and it was the most beautiful thing. Like I just really loved that understanding of love, that idea of like, it's not always perfect, but it's like there all the time. Like sometimes it's getting fixed and sometimes it's hurting. And like that's what this reminds me of, is this little girl's, I think she's in grade 2. And it was just like, right? That idea of this
Yeah.
like delicate quality. And
You know, when you said that
I love the scroll.
about how love's not always perfect,
Yeah.
like Jess is my best friend, and we drive to work together, and we drive home from work together. We spend all day together. I got to take my kids at my school to Disneyland this weekend. She's been my best friend for 12 years, and my girlfriend for 10 years, and my wife for 4 years, 5 years.
This
I know how long it is. I don't know how long it is. But we have never been apart for 4 days. And I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to be away for like, I'm actually dreading to go to Disneyland, not because I have to work right through the weekend, but because I'm not taking my wife. I'm not taking my 11-year-old. But you are my best friend times 1 million. And then when you said love's not always perfect, I'm like, that's bullshit. Our love is perfect. But it's funny because even if you have like the best, happiest love, then the tiniest little incident becomes unbearable.
So much.
Right? And then if you have a challenging relationship where it's all fire and brimstone, a lot of the like big problems seem like normal problems, and
Right.
the kinds
And
of things that drive us nuts would be like, you know,
Nothing. Yeah.
she moved your watch in the morning, like that's your problem. So it's funny that like I love this piece. I love what you said about how love's not always perfect, but even if it was, like it would never feel perfect because
It's all relative. Like
our expectations shift and
And how you
change.
took that word, the idea of being damaged, but you wrote it so beautifully, and the scroll that you wrote it on is so you know, like the
Yeah,
it's really
My friend, you're one of the few people that can make the sensation of damaged enviable. You know what I mean? Like,
it's
I
really
wish I was torn in half and tied back together with a shoelace. What's the opening bid?
It's just open. Whoever feels it reaches out to them.
It's reaching to me, so I'm going to open it at 50. Is that enough, though? That's what I'm wondering. Is 50 enough for an opening bid? Is that
I was
fair?
thinking, yeah, that's really beautiful. And we'll keep it open for a little bit so people can see it as they kind of log in too, because people are always logging in and logging out a little bit. So. All right. This is by Morgan. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll text you and see how it goes tonight, okay? Awesome. I'm glad you could stop in. Nice seeing you guys.
Do you want? Can we give you your half now? And if it goes up,
I can just e-transfer is easy, right? Because it might go up still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
are you okay with that much? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome.
a damaged canvas.
That's a good way to approach that, actually. Instead of trying to hide it, which is actually another good way to think about it.
I will be back tomorrow though, just to show my new wheels. Thanks to you guys.
Okay.
That's awesome. Take care. Oh, we're not going to be here tomorrow.
Oh,
Did you mean next week?
next week then.
Next week. Yeah, we're not going to be here because he's getting ready to go to
I want to come. I
Disneyland.
want to see your rocket. This is the one.
No, this is the one that you guys paid for the premium.
So this is by Morgan. Beautiful portrait. Acrylic on canvas.
Are you family? Or are you?
Opening is 40.
You're who?
That's my sister and brother. Well,
I've met you
stepbrother,
before.
Stepsister.
My name's Rich. Nice to meet you.
I got a whole new,
I like yours.
got a whole new frame, got new tires.
It's awesome. Oh my God, I love it.
This is one I did when we were at the Red Deer Polytechnic.
Um,
I did a goat. And the goat has 3 eyes. And this was my palette, and I ended up really liking the palette too, so I switched it around once I was done doing the goat, so it's kind of like a diptych with the same kind of color palette. But I added the silver, and it's very lovely and goaty. I've been doing goats a lot lately. Oh yeah, I guess it only has 2 eyes showing, but the 3rd eye's on the other side there. Opening is $5.
Sweet man. Good to see you.
I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that.
Those are the lines lead into each other too, from one to the other.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, I like that. It kind of swoops into it. Because yeah, I didn't bring a palette, but I brought 2 canvases, so I used this as my palette when I was working on the goat, and then I just kept working on this one once I was done the goat. And it is, I like, I really like when we're invited to work in different areas because it really makes you like think differently about like what you're painting and what materials you have. And
I think I would have offended you because I think I made a crack about how it's not a hustle. And you might have wondered if I was doing it as a hustle, but there's no, you have my trust.
Kelly bids $10 on the goat.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it. Nice to meet
Thank
you guys.
you.
Take care.
Take care. I think that one left is there. Some of them Darcy left. So I think that last, is it like a landscape? Yeah, I think that is the last donation one there.
Do you want something to paint on? I'm gonna give you something magic.
So Kelly bid 10 and Leanne just bid 15 on the goat.
Oh, that's a good painting. Who drew that?
Here's a challenge for you, okay? This is my son.
Nice.
He's outgrown it. So it's this is a great canvas. But he's bigger than this now. So we're gonna cover it over and start it over. That's
This
what I know.
is by Alvin.
So take these two canvases. and-
Very cosmic. Opening is 20 for this one.
It's yours. Yeah.
Oh,
I got
thank you. It's mine now?
Opening is $20 for this one by Alvin.
Okay. $5 going once for the soul class. $5
$10.
going. $10 going once for the soul class. $10 going twice for the soul class. $10 sold. Did I get a bid for the brain?
Not as of yet.
What?
That one would be a good one in your class.
What? My kids at school take me for granted.
Take care.
See you guys later.
Take care. Have a good night.
My kids at school. Oh, you know what? I could. I have a kid that might. Okay, so opening bid for this is $5.
Were you just gonna say there's a kid for that one?
Yeah, it was. Can I see this one in the black light?
Of course.
This is what I
Oh
painted
yeah. What
tonight.
did you do tonight?
I don't have an explanation of it other than it was kind of like a shadow that caught my
Do you want
eye,
to hold it and I'll
Yeah.
turn off the lights?
and it was a shadow. It was like a flicker of the light. You know those flicker of the minds,
Yeah.
where I had a flash of what I like about paintings. And what I like about paintings was a figure sort of sitting in a closet with the sunset coming in and kind of cutting her in half. And because it's actually sort of a motif I'd like to explore. And this was just me, like she's fully formed. She's not lost in the shadow like I'd meant to paint. But that had more to do with I started forming the shape of her. And I didn't want to get too caught up in the shadow, sort of depleting into the closet, but that was what I had in mind, and it's something that I'm going to move forward on. So this is stage one of a series of paintings, and the best I can describe it is she was meant to be just sitting in a little cove. Yeah, do you
I
want?
like that a lot.
Yeah, thank you.
I really love how open the narrative is. Like there's everyone can come at this like pose and position and like hiding in a closet from a different vantage point. Because
Right.
like it could be like a migraine.
Can we
It
just
could
do
be
that
light
front
scan.
light? Yeah.
It could be hiding from the light because you have a migraine. It could be
You could be blinded by the light. And then so I also, this kind of goes back into that narrative where I accidentally discovered that the lifelong lesson of the color wheel was wrong and a complete fabrication, and that green and orange make yellow. And so there's some interplay there, because while I was using the dry brush technique, I hate the word technique, but I was trying to let it dry in between layers, between the pink and the green.
Yeah.
I happen to know that particular pink and that green I can mix to make a yellow. And so I was trying to not let it become the yellow. But that's just a little personal narrative. It's probably got nothing to do with anybody, the yellow and the green. But that's what that was. And then again, here's this piece here. Bam! With some subdued magical chakras. And then there's this fun piece here, which we sold, I think,
Yes.
with the spark of ignition happening in learning. And those were kind of a treat for me because we kind of filled everybody's houses. And so it's been hard for me to move my bigger paintings, but I happen to have those 3 works that I could work with this weekend, which was just nice to cut loose a bit and not be focused on trying to make something small enough to put in somebody's home. Do you have can you just keep track of that? Because I might need to turn the screen on.
Yeah.
Can I see?
Oh, I need to write down Eli. Okay. And do you want to talk about this one? Was this from last week?
There's nothing to say. That's just straight up. I was being silly, and I was thinking about ash can paintings.
I was gonna say it really reminds me of George Bellows.
I wanted to paint 2 guys boxing.
Boxing match. Can you see it?
That's cool.
Yeah, I really like how minimal it is.
Mhm.
Like no lines, just the highlights and the shadows.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
really like that.
it's almost more of a carving, to tell you the
Yeah,
truth.
exactly. Yeah.
And it's done with a chalk marker, which was really meant to be for blackboards,
Like
or something more
posters or
slick.
yeah.
But I really liked it on the black paper, and sometimes drawing is more like carving than it's like illustrating.
Hey. So this piece of kind of Alberta history from Shannon McKinnon
Okay, can you just look at the screen?
is opening
and then keep it- there you go.
$50.
Thank you.
And there's a really beautiful explanation that you will get with the piece as
Ooh,
well.
Leanne went up to $15. Wait, no,
No,
that's
that's
for the
from-
goat. Oh.
Oh,
I especially like when people bid against
I
themselves.
know. This beautiful ash can inspired piece starting at
Okay.
$5.
Do you know how to do this?
I did.
You turn it like
You
this.
do it.
Yeah, or like this.
$5.
What are you looking at? Because you look like you're looking at the screen, and it's just a big shiny ring. You're like, do you like this piece? Watch, circle.
It's
No,
just
it's
like it's like people have imaginations. They might imagine.
I think it's just buy it. You like it. Trust me.
That's exactly it. This is by Eli. It's currently at $50 to
$50 to-
Cheru.
Yes. Oh no, I didn't finish what I was going to say.
Okay, go.
I built myself a dumpster because we're cleaning out the gallery.
Yes.
Our neighbors, we're really careful to make sure that we leave space for our neighbors, but we've been basically checking if the dumpster is empty and unloading stuff. But the dumpster I built, I printed that image onto, and what I found was I just haphazardly smacked them down without registering at all. And this particular print, I want to print with really loose registration so that the colors are all over the place. And I only discovered by accident that I think my next print's going to be quite exciting. This is probably the last clean print we're going to do with this. And by clean, I mean like I mostly eyeball it. I do a little bit of taping to try and drop the registration down in the right spot. But the next one's going to be wacko. And then I think I will destroy the screen
Train.
because that's my favorite part.
Beep. Train. I'm saying the wrong word.
Train beep.
Phone?
Yeah.
I could be having a
How
stroke.
$20.
It's train.
Okay. Jess is going to make fun of me, and I'm going to rewrite this because it's actually $20 for the drawing of the men that are boxing.
Oh,
Because it actually says $20 for just boxers. And
I love that.
there was this weird time during COVID,
You were selling your panties.
a little bit.
Who was that to?
Vic. Vic. Vicster. I have a special extra little spot for Vic in my heart. Well, for one thing, we're twins. And secondly, I like Vic Firth drumsticks. And so every time I hear Vic, I feel this. Do you have like products or things in your life that you like the sound of so much that people...
Anything with the moon in it.
Right. Well, Vic
I heard the
Firth
phone
drugs...
go again. Vic?
Vic Firth drumsticks
Drumsticks.
means so much to me that when we first met Vic, the Vicster, I had a little soft warm
Vicster.
spot in my heart for the Vicster because it sounded like drumsticks.
Hey, do you have your phone in your pants?
Maybe.
I heard it go.
Woo-woo.
Trains.
Train. Train. The desperation I felt of trying to find the words. Train.
Beep. What am I talking about?
Train.
I really think, like, in later life, we should perfect making sound effects with our mouths, and we can be more like that guy with the mustache on Sesame Street. He would always get caught up in a sentence, and they'd make the sound like, "I'm gonna go get that," and like the car noises would come out of his mouth. You know?
I love that. There's also a few T-shirts left here. Do you want to talk about those?
Sure. Yeah,
Or
let's
show
do
them,
that.
and then if people.
So I've got a few green
Sweatshirts.
sweatshirts and some very soft T-shirts. So this one is, I think Jess called it chartreuse. It's the more green than yellow. It's an extra large, but it's a big extra large.
It's like really comfy.
It's a cold, dry winter. So that's extra large. Well, I'm saying it's extra large, but it's a big extra
Right.
large.
Yeah.
And this one is the size of double extra large, but it's a very big extra large.
So then you just so you know this like size.
Right.
'Cause
And it's funny
these
how
things
like,
say like large and stuff, but they're all different.
yeah, right.
You're trying to give people a understanding.
This one is a, says small. and I would say it's a very small.
Tank top.
This is the one that stretches around your knackers.
We're looking to have no people watching.
I can't say knackers.
All that, just only knocker watchers from there. on.
Holy knocker.
Well, I'm just saying it stretches around your,
Everything.
is knockers a bad word?
No.
I was trying to be innocuous. Is that not a word?
In knocker, you
Enough.
No, I honestly thought that if I said knockers, it would be more innocuous.
It is better than other things. You can
Like sometimes,
stop.
just listen though.
Okay.
To draw the human breast is not dirty.
No.
No. And then when your students are engaged and you can tell that they're taking that step upwards towards drawing something a little more challenging, it's difficult to tell a kid they can't draw females.
Right.
Right. So they're going to have to like identify the female, and often that having a breast on a female body
Yeah.
isn't completely irrational.
No,
Right.
it is.
But
not
then there's that W thing with the dots that looks more like Harvey the Hound's eyeballs or something, right?
Oh yeah.
And then so there is like a terminology of if somebody's drawing breasts appropriately, if somebody was drawing breasts inappropriately.
Yeah.
And then when it's like it says wow with the dots,
Yeah.
I find I can only address them as boo-boos.
There's only certain words for
Yeah,
certain
like-
shapes.
Don't draw boo-boos, right? And if I call them boo-boos, it's a little less offensive, but it's also
Right.
recognizing it's not necessarily a respectful illustration of a breast.
Right, and then it's a good.
But
That's a
what you're
good
doing
way
is
of
you're being silly and
acknowledging.
you're writing boo-boos.
Yeah, and you're acknowledging.
And I made that word up, so I can't be a bad word. This is a blue, very soft, one of a kind. This is the only one like it. So some of our shirts we get at Denver Hayes probably
Work
cost us
Marks.
more. Yeah, Denver Hayes Works Warehouse probably cost us more for the shirt than we spend on than we make off them.
Yeah.
Some of the shirts, I'm not a huge fan of the chain of Walmart, but they're decent soft shirts we can put t-shirts on. And then some of these shirts came from Joe Fresh. So I'm just basically hunting for shirts all the time. This one's gray. It's one of the nicest ones I have. It is a size small, and it's on a gray, very soft t-shirt. And this one's from Walmart. So, but it is a very nice t-shirt, and sometimes a gray heather print. Am I right about that?
Gray heather, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like heather means like like the different texture.
And this one is a size 5 extra large, but it's actually a
Super comfy.
yeah, it's also of the ilk of big for even for a 5 extra large. It's big for a 5 extra large. So this is like a shirt you would wear
For cozy.
if you really wanted it to almost be like a dress.
Okay. All right.
Double extra large sweatshirt. Small in the green seafoam.
And it's, I would say, that's like kind of a medium small.
They're a
It's
little bit
a
big.
little big too, because like this, I'm not usually an extra small, and this is an
Yeah.
extra small on me.
Right.
So I would say they're all like a little bit weird too for sizes. We try to do our best with the sizes.
We still have 8 people with us. Hello, 8 people.
How much for the shirts again? Vic was asking.
Vic, you know
we're
what?
around $40
Some sort of
for
size.
everything.
Yeah, so basically we didn't want to auction on the shirts. We just wanted people pick their size and their color. And then it so happened that last week, I think the first offer was $45.
Yeah.
Some people paid $50.
Some people-
You know, in my heart, I'd quite honestly love to give you the shirts because we don't like to charge for propaganda, and these end up being good advertising for us. I'll tell you, this is driving me nuts though.
Yeah.
Is we used to make like 20, 30 shirts, at best $10 a shirt, right? So that's, you know, $200 or $300. And then you make a shirt and somebody like, oh, can I have a shirt? And like, yeah, I'm like, I'm going to sleep in this. I'm like, yeah, like downtown, I hope. Like, please wear your shirt. But like on a bench. Did that sound weirder than I meant it
So
to?
somebody can see it is what you
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
I got it.
Please advertise.
Like, get out and party in your shirt and then sleep in it is what I meant to say. But yeah, you could do that in suburbs too. Nothing wrong with that. And obviously I'd love it if you sleep in your shirt, but I want you to get around and walk around in them. So we would happily give these shirts away. Here's the other funny thing. I was wearing a shirt and it had my face on it. And two funny things happened in the one day. One, this kid that did not notice the shirt I was wearing was talking about something totally different. He's like, oh, you think you're so great. I'm like, dude, I'm wearing a t-shirt with my own face on it. And it was a good singer because the whole class laughed. And then later that day, the new teacher in my school was leaving. He's like, because like it's kind of a running gag. Like I'm wearing a t-shirt with my face on it. And this one guy is like kind of comes to me in the parking lot. He's like, I think I would like one of those shirts. Do you sell them? I just took it off and gave it to him. He's like, you're going to give me this shirt? And I'm like, I usually give the shirts away because it's good advertising. He's like, isn't that a little expensive? I'm like, no, it's super expensive. But imagine you had $200 and you wanted to buy a t-shirt because it made you look good, or you wanted to buy a dress shirt because
Linus got the small.
you
Keep
look-
going.
yeah, you look good in that shirt. In my case, I'm going out instead of spending $200 on a shirt that makes me handsome, which will never happen. I'm spending $200 to put my face on 20 people's t-shirts, which is just a different kind of vanity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Taken,
This is Gladys.
taken, not stirred.
Yeah.
Small Gladys. Gladys. You get the where is it? Oh, it's not zooming in on this. Too much light. That's the problem. Also, a lot of unnecessary noises there. Oh, this is funny. Okay, rookie mistake. I give her such a hard time about her
Standing in front of
sense of the camera. Yeah. I just did the stupidest thing. No one knows what I did.
It's okay.
I'll give you a free t-shirt if you can figure out what I did. There is a second camera here on the camera, right? Like we should be looking here to see what's actually happening, but I'm looking at this camera and I went in for a close-up.
on
and
the
instead of
screen
holding it
rather
to
than
the camera,
uh-huh.
I held it up to the tiny little camera
The,
screen.
what is it? The little display screen.
And the display screen's not looking at me. The camera's off to the side. So that's embarrassing. We're also losing viewers as I talk. So the small is taken. Let me go over one last time what's left. Small is gone. A seafoam green extra large
We have large and extra. Oh no,
is available
extra
in the
large.
sweatshirt, extra large,
And double extra large.
double extra large in the seafoam green. Uh 5x extra large, but in a shirt that's actually extra large, 5x4 extra large. So it's a big size, extra large. This one is a small on a very nice gray heather. This one's I dropped them. A really soft Denver haze
Blue.
blue. This is so soft it comes with little things to hang it on so that you don't get
Little points in your shoulders.
hanger hooks. A extra large in the chartreuse. It's a large extra large. A double extra large in the search. I'm not saying that right, but chartreuse. Aubergine. I don't know what I'm saying.
Aubergine?
Aubergine. And a small in the hip hugging tank top. Right down here along the bottom, it'll hug your hips.
Yes. And other parts.
No, but like if I could zoom in on this, it's got that kind of like stretchy material that accentuates the
Can we,
curves.
can we show more artwork now?
I don't even know why that's funny, but everybody laughed.
This is by Jeff Watt.
What?
What? This is by Jeff Watt.
What?
This painting.
Who did it?
Jeff.
Felix and I have been doing Who's on First since he was 3 years old. And my wife tolerates this very well most of the time. I kind of feel like we bought and sold this, but let's try it again. This is Jeff Watt. He is a good friend of mine. Jeff helped us open the original Gorilla House.
He did.
He was one of the first people to show up, a classically trained artist. The funny thing about Jeff is Jeff and I went to art school together about 1 billion years ago. And Jeff has a very dry sense of humor. And from my particular branch of the autism tree, I just thought he hated me. And he didn't. He's actually been a
He did.
really amazing friend to me. But when I met him, I thought everything. I also, like, this was before, during COVID, I learned a little bit about being an introvert. I had to survive. I didn't know until I was this old that introverts don't really like extroverts. So sometimes I drive people nuts because I'm a little too much. And I'm a little extra, right? I'm like that 5 extra large shirt that's even big for the brand. Yeah. Okay. Jeff and I went to art school together. We weren't close, but I recognized his face. Then I went to Mount Royal for a year to study professional writing. I did 7 courses a semester in this brutal writing program. And Jeff was in school with me there as well. And we kept passing in the hallways, and he did not smile at me at all. And I was absolutely confirmed that he did hate me.
Yeah.
And then we crossed paths again later on in life, and I had to ask him, like, a long time passed, and like, kind of knew each other, went to Mount Royal, didn't speak, ended up in a different program, and finally I was like, I can't take it anymore. Do you remember when we went to Mount Royal together? He's like, that was my brother. He's got a twin brother who didn't know me.
That's my brother.
That's incredible.
Now, you
For
think
you! I thought you hated me.
Oh.
What would be the opening bid for Jeff's
Did his
piece?
brother hate you though?
didn't know me?
Didn't know me.
Probably would,
Just
though.
straight face. It probably would though. Given the chance.
I can barely stand me. She likes me a lot. But she's nuts. Sorry.
Would you say opening 40 for this?
50.
50 for this.
You know why? Because I think we bought this.
We did. This
And I
is
think if it
selling
sells
our
for 50, you'll
collection.
have an original Jeff Watt painting. And I'll be able to afford the other painting I bought tonight.
This is another one that we have bought previously.
Oh, we bought this.
Yeah, that's
right.
by Anne Christine. It's a
Right.
really beautiful piece. It's been living in my closet.
So you have to understand a few things. We've been renting this space for 10 years, and it costs more than we can afford. and it's fine because the gallery sustains itself. But at the end of next year, we're getting rid of everything. When we closed down Gorilla House, it was a surprise. So we paid for storage for 2 years. Currently, we have to take the art from our home, some of the furniture from our homes, the art that's stored here, some of the furniture that's stored here, and some of it needs to find a home, some of it needs to find new friends, some of it's going to hit the recycling, some of it's, this won't, this is a beautiful painting. It needs a home. But some of it's going to go up to painting heaven because we cannot, again, store the way we have in the past. Painting heaven.
Here.
Also,
Yeah.
speaking of painting heaven,
Yeah.
the paper recycling came to my school today, and it left right before I did. And I'm driving home from work behind this recycling truck.
Yeah.
And it's snowing, student work everywhere. They didn't put the lid down or something. And I'm just watching all these documents flying, thinking, thank God I used the shredder this month. Because you'd think when you throw something out, it's gone. But
It's
no,
all over the street.
they just all over your neighborhood where you go to school.
Yeah. That's
So-
actually super intense.
I know.
These are by Alana. $20 each for these lovely.
I don't think there is an up. There's an up. They go like this.
She did sign them, but she's also very easygoing. So
God.
she said, just play with them. They're opening $20 each.
What's the name of that art form where you kind of twirl things in your hands and it creates an optical illusion? What's that called?
Spin art.
Or
It could be, yeah, for sure. Right?
Oh, like
that would
the
describe it quite
like
well.
the first movie things too. They're like animated and it's like animations. Is that what you mean?
Spectrograph? Not spectrograph.
Yeah, like-
What's it called?
It's kind of like juggling or like baton twirling or those fire things, but it's just the whole thing is you're spinning a circle and a square and you're making them look like they're staying. It's a form of juggling, I think.
Oh, cool.
That's what I'm doing right now. Badly. There's 7 people with us. We have some tolerant friends. Did you show this?
No, I yeah, sure. That's by Alvin.
You know what I can't wait to do tonight? Stretch.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to stretching.
that is so nice.
I forgot how much the floor hurts my legs. Do you like that?
Cool.
Can you live without it?
These two are by Moe's.
Also, please look.
Do you know that in 8 months the opportunity to buy pieces like this at this price will be gone forever? Like these are some once in a lifetime opportunities for us. This reminds me of the eclipse we just had.
We had one of those.
We sure did. Oh wow! Total eclipse of the sun.
Turn around. Sorry. I used to go into the whole songs when I do this, but I do less and less. It's gotten more and more minimal.
Wow.
Do we own both of these?
No, those are new
Oh,
ones.
Okay.
Those are new pieces.
They're my favorites.
This is by Amanda, and I really love this piece.
Thank you. It took everything I had to not do that, but it actually was very rewarding for you to do it. Wow.
Is this mine now, or this was given to you? I think
What are we talking about?
the van.
It's Volkswagen.
Either one of
The
you.
Volkswagen.
Are you attached to it?
I
Stephanie.
am a detached person.
Chris
Detached
Bolton
home.
was featured in the last painting. Who made it?
This one or that one? Sorry.
Is the question who made it?
This one is by
Anne
Anne
Christine. And we purchased this in a previous auction, but we now have to find homes for all the artwork we've bought. So the opening bid for this could be $20. And in theory, when we resell pieces, even though we don't have to, we tend to still give the split.
Yeah.
Only there's no way Anne Christine will take the half of this. But if you want to bid on this, we've had it for a little while. We've loved it for a little while. And
Yeah, this is one that I love showing the kids.
she's
and
asking what mountain?
it says Banff.
Banff.
Bam.
That's not very good.
It's a very good example of glazing. And Christine
Neil, did you read comic books?
glazes.
Did you read comic books?
Some,
Did you ever read Marvel comic books?
no.
Because the same way I was saying that when Vic texts in, and I think of my drumsticks, Vic Firth.
Yeah.
Every time I hear the word Banff, I think of Nightcrawler.
Oh, I thought you were going to tell me an anecdote about every time you think of me, but that turned into a story about Nightcrawler.
What would I say? An anecdote about every time I think of you.
I don't know. What do you think of? What makes you think of me?
Walter!
Okay.
Stephanie bids $20 on Banff.
Thank you. It's the sound that
Could-
Nightcrawler made when he would
Stephanie,
slip between dimensions.
would you do me the favor of texting 403-629-7424 so it's
That's 403-629. So
look
I
at
just turned into Guy Smiley.
I know it's so good.
403-629-7424.
Yes, please, because then it's just all on Rich's phone. We're trying to keep it.
Hey, is that Jim Henson movie in the theater or is it on TV?
It streams May 31st.
Want to get together and watch it? You guys want to come over? Everybody? Everybody? Do you want to come over and watch Jim Henson at our house?
What are you
Watch
doing?
I invited our friends over for dinner. We hadn't had friends over ever for dinner,
Yep.
and invited friends over for dinner right before Easter break. And she got so mad, but then you had
Stressed.
such a nice time.
Stress.
I do this.
Humans are stressed.
I ignite things. You love it. Just it has to happen before you realize you like it. Right?
That's how I work. I will realize tomorrow and have a good time.
Oh, I know. I do that here. I always, right after the Rumble, I weep a little about how beautiful it was, but I'm too busy during the Rumble to really experience it.
Why did I grab this?
I think we've
Wait.
got all of the pieces sold that we're going to sell tonight.
Yeah.
Do we need a little more tap dancing?
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephanie.
You're doing a great job.
You're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
What, was it you last doing it? Pigeon.
What?
Nope.
Who made the pigeon sound? No, that was Andrew. Andrew made the pigeon sound for the pigeon dance, and it was like he made the best pigeon sound. And I
The
was
last time I made a reference to this, I lost you for a year, so don't look up the pigeon. It was Bert. That's Bert Stans, the pigeon.
like, okay, this is Pearl.
What was that face? Did you just get tired?
No,
Did you just give up?
Just like, can you hold?
I was trying to think my way of talking out of the Bert thing because I knew it was a
so
sore
you're-
subject.
it's
Then
now
I
just a
realized
sore
it's not
subject.
serious
Is
anymore.
that what
But
triggered the-
Oh yeah, Santana, thank you. This is Pearl. Opening bid is $60 by
Yeah,
Kelly.
you told me one time.
Sorry, totally
Just
missed it. Bad.
read my anecdote that I left this time.
Yeah.
I stopped coming here for 2 years because Rich told me that I'm the Bert in our relationship, and I always thought I was an Ernie, and it really fucked me up.
How many therapy sessions did that take
It's
to
like at
recover
least
from?
6.
every single day I go to school and I make comments like that, and I teach 5 classes a day for an hour a day. There's 30 kids in the class, interpreting all kinds of things. You give somebody your highest compliment, which would be to say, "It is though you are the Bert to my
To my
Ernie."
Ernie.
But see,
And then
I
you
have been pointed
crush
out to me
somebody
now.
when you thought you were saying "I love you."
Yeah.
I
Oh,
didn't know.
I'm gonna focus right here, right now, on Santana. And
I didn't know that
Nightmare
Ernie
Before
was better than
Christmas.
Bert when I said it either. I thought they
He's
were like
funnier.
I thought
Bert's way
I
funnier.
think Bert's
funnier.
hilarious.
I don't get that. I'm
For real?
feeling actively embarrassed.
I'm so sorry.
Has nobody explained to you that the straight man is the genius in every instance?
Did you know that I invented the straight woman, so I don't even care?
Well, no, tell me about it.
We have the best character, and she's a straight woman, and she has magical abilities to turn into any role when she wears a hat for that role.
Is her name Harriet?
Her name's Jay.
Oh,
That's nice. Is it? Sorry. There's so many things happening.
Sorry.
I'm so
No, I
dying
love-
to sing the
I love
soundtrack to Harriet's Magic
Okay.
Cats, but
This is by Santana. The opening bid for this Nightmare Before Christmas piece is $40. Look at that beauty.
Would you look at that?
Sorry, I just segued to this because I was didn't know what
It
else.
is really beautiful.
This is
And glow in the dark. It's not just black light. Turn that
Oh,
out.
cool.
It is also night glow, night vision, night glow.
Nightcrawler.
Night crawler.
So it's got the reflective luminosity, it's got the regular luminosity, it's got the black light luminosity, and it's got the night glow luminosity. This is 5 paintings in one.
Can you also hold this one up? Because look, can I show you something fun?
Magic. Dude, the magic of television.
Look, the green glows. Rick.
Can you turn the light a little more like this? By the way, I had this one of our patrons had pointed out that somebody he knew had used a black light and it was the kind that gave you cancer. And I was like, that's the thing. And then I looked on the back and there's a sticker on the back and there's like a range where frequencies. And I was like, oh, I should look that up. And for like 25 minutes, I thought we were like cooking ourselves for the last
Oh my
10 years in front of
gosh.
this light. It's not. It's totally fine. It's totally within the range of what's appropriate. But
This is
I
black
didn't know
light
that was
too.
a thing.
black lights?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Neither did
Well, it depends.
Oh my god.
Start reading the back.
It depends if
I
it's
don't
a
know.
if it's a blue light or a UV frequency. It's
Yeah.
like kind of like a tan red, right?
Right.
You can't get a tan from this light, and it won't make you sick. But
Okay.
it is in the safe frequency.
Okay.
This is Dr. Bear. And he's holding a glowing skull.
What's his name?
His name is something. Dr. Egon Hudson. Of course.
Oh, is that like Ernie Hudson mixed with Dr. Egon? It's a Ghostbusters thing.
Oh, is it? Kelly.
The complexities in Kelly's logic
yeah. Did Neil crack the code?
are
He studies the new
always multi-layered.
species, some sort of new cat he found, collaboration with inside Jay's skull. Resin 3D printed skull. Resin 3D printed skull.
Egon, give me the news. I gotta
Open $72.
loving you.
What's happening? Oh.
I just had a flashback to one of the guys I wrestled with Igor. For
Oh.
real. For real.
Was he Russian?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
They're all called Igor.
Yes, based on Ghostbusters.
Nice.
Should we auction off some chairs?
Are we doing what? Oh, are you selling chairs?
We're
You
gonna
asking
sell
us
off
to
all the
stack
chairs.
chairs?
Is there a chair that you like
You don't need to
particularly?
stack chairs.
That's a pretty cool chair, but I'm not going to pay for it.
Well, you got until December.
Okay.
Am I wearing one of the shirts?
No.
No. Just glad I had a shirt on.
What's happening? Okay.
Mr. Taylor?
Good night,
Because he's just like me.
I think we're gonna say good night.
Oh, good night, everybody.
Okay, good night, everybody. We
You
love,
don't
we
wanna
love
sing
you.
us a
We
song?
love you.
Aw, we
If you guys snap your fingers like fairies,
Sure.
you might sing us a song.
like chairs.
Once
Gold-
you was away.
You know how fairies snap?
To get,
Get
back
back
homeward. Once there was a way to get back home. Sleep, pretty darling, do not cry, and I will sing a lullaby. Ding. Okay.
Yay.
Yay.